Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Elena Demonetized. Today we have another Canadian queen joined by the Barbie. So without further ado, let's jump right into this week's episode of Elena Demonetized. So, Angellica.
Hi.
And Angellica, I've known of you for so long.
Yes.
I've been seeing you. You're the cutest little girl ever in Canada.
You.
Tell everyone a little bit about yourself.
So I am from the east coast of Canada, very small town. I'm a Montreal girl now. I moved out there to pursue my career in the adult industry a little more seriously. And I've been here. I come to LA all the time, so this was bound to happen for sure.
I've been wanting it to happen. We've been wanting it to happen.
It was meant to happen 3 other times, and every time something came up to prevent it. So I'm so happy that I'm here today. I feel like every doll is on this podcast, and
I know
my fucking turn.
It's a joke. How many dolls are on here?
All of the girls.
But Brittney, how are you?
Hey, I'm so good. Thank you for having me back.
I love having you back. You're my new co-host. What are you talking about? Tell us what's been going on since I last saw you.
Since you've last seen me, we did a little Vegas trip.
Yes. Oh my God, wait. We should talk about how we film content together.
Oh my God. Yes. Your first trans dick virginity was taken by me.
Yes. Tell everyone about that.
It was so hot. Links are in the bio, but we had a lesbian sleepover. It was so hot.
I was really nervous because it was with you two when you guys were like, you've never had girl dick?
Yeah, I feel like every girl at least once takes it for a video or something.
Mm-hmm. And I've never had it. And then you were so stunned. You were like, you've never had girl dick? It was you.
I think
I was like, oh my God, is this a normal thing? And then I finally cave and did it.
I think it's normal when your job is OnlyFans to do it, but I don't think I ever would have just for fun. Mm-hmm. But for the video, the fans, it's my best selling content is all my stuff with other trans girls for sure.
Interesting.
The more the merrier.
I always thought it was the guy stuff would sell more.
Well, I feel like a lot of times when guys are watching porn, they are not focusing on the guy really.
Yeah. So, but then it's kind of they are imagining they are the guy, right?
I guess so, yeah.
But I feel like that's what makes it hot.
Just like how we watch gay porn, I feel like they enjoy girl on girl, T-girl on T-girl.
They love T-girl on girl, too. Because then they don't have to look at any guy. We were in Vegas doing, a big content trip. It was so fun. We did so many fucking shoots. And
so many porn stars.
Yeah, we did double vag on a girl together.
Madison Morgan.
Great. She's so sweet. Shout out Madison. Yeah, it was
You were loving that pussy.
I'm not gonna lie. It was only my second time really taking putting my dick in a pussy. The first time it was we did 20 seconds each position. She had another thing to get to. It was just for OnlyFans, so it was rushed. And this girl was really riding it, and I was I see why guys literally will do anything to get this. It felt good. It was so different than a booty hole.
So how did it feel? Because I've always wondered what it's like to fuck a pussy. I could never, ever do it. Never. Oh my God. Why are you guys so stunned? Now I got to go do it now.
Yeah, you should.
Every time you guys give me some reaction, now I have to go do it.
There's more stuff in there than a bum hole.
That's what I heard. There's
very wet.
Bridges. And it hugs your dick almost.
It's
it sucks.
What it feels
it pulls it back. Yeah.
I prefer anal.
Me too.
Even on cis girls. I don't know. Pussy's just you're dealing with a lot of smells sometimes.
Mm-hmm. If they're not hygienic.
She was not smelly. We will put that out there. She was very clean, very sweet. But I know what you mean. It was definitely very cool to try. It's not something I would do in my free time, but I love giving the fans what they want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're people pleasers.
Mm-hmm. I want to please you guys. That's so hot. So, Angellica, you weren't always in porn, right? So how did you get into porn?
Okay.
And tell us about that.
Because I would love to.
I didn't even know you were doing porn up until a hot minute. Recently. I was
So I was a hairstylist, and
love that.
Yeah, a little gay boy working in a salon, and something didn't feel right. I knew I was trans, and I was actually a drag queen as well, and I came out on my drag account, which was Angellica Good. and I said I'm trans, and then I suddenly got all these male followers. This was 2020, just after
Shocker,
COVID.
male followers to
Yeah,
trans.
like
Shocker.
immediately my following, it took me years to get to 1,000, and I got to 5K in a week of being trans. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna turn these men into money. Like, OnlyFans was just new popping, so I started
So
doing
I'm assuming
OnlyFans.
this was 2020 then.
2020, yeah,
Okay.
just after lockdown, like literally
That's when OnlyFans
3
became
months
really
after.
popular.
Yeah, I feel like I started just at the right time. So OnlyFans, I got fired from the salon. They didn't
How did
love
you
me
get
being
fired?
trans. They waited.
Oh!
They were.
Because of you being trans?
And OnlyFans, like the two things together, like the double whammy, as we say, they were not loving it. And it does still happen. People get fired for being trans every day.
I know that was
Discrimination.
Yeah, especially when you're new and you don't look like we do now.
Uh-huh.
You know, they don't want to wait. And like, I would get written up. I could be wearing a crop top and shorts. The girl next to me is also in crop top and shorts. I'm getting written up. She's not. I'm like, okay. And basically, they waited for me to be 5 minutes late. They kind of tricked me. They booked me at. They booked me a training session. Didn't ever tell me about it. It was not on my regular scheduled time. I didn't even have a model when I did show up.
Yeah.
And I was 5 minutes late to it. And then they, literally the day my replacement started, they were like, sorry, you're not taking this seriously. And I was like, no, I am. Like, but you know what? It worked out because OnlyFans became my full-time job after that. And I did a little bit of studio porn.
We both worked at sandwich shops.
Yeah, before I was
What
a
sandwich
hairstylist.
shop?
I was a Subway queen.
I was Jersey Mike's manager.
Yeah,
It's kind of cute.
We were making those footlongs. Now we're taking them.
I love that.
But yeah, OnlyFans, I was like, I'm just going to try this for a little while. And it just started going really well. I was living with my parents at the time, not paying rent. I moved in with them to save for my transition. They're very supportive. And I told them this is what I'm doing. And yeah, and then I did a little studio porn, but wasn't really doing it like that. Like, it was just a couple groovy scenes. I did one with Evie Envy, and then the rest were solos. And yeah, just this year I was in Montreal and I was meeting with producers for Trans Angels there, and they were like, we want to shoot you. And then I moved to Montreal, and now I've been doing studio porn as well. But so that's kind of how I got into it. It just and I love it, honestly. It's so much fun, and I'm really thankful. Like, they weren't really shooting trans porn like that in Canada. They were, and then they kind of stopped, and now they've just kind of started again. And I've been shooting there every month, and I'm looking into breaking into shooting in America. I just have to figure out the legality of it. It's difficult.
No, Trans Angel's like pretty big, so it's kind of like, it's interesting you got on that. I was like, oh wow, like, because I didn't know you were doing like legit like studio porn until I saw like Trans Angel was promoting you, and I was like, oh wow, she's
Yeah.
like in studio porn.
That
now.
was my first. I like I said, I did a little bit with Groovy.
I feel like
Ruby
every
doesn't count.
Yeah.
every
It's
girl
like-
starts off on Groovy.
I thank them. I love V, the producer in Montreal, for Groovy.
We shot for V.
Yeah,
we did a
did.
groovy scene when I was out in Canada. I feel like that porn in Canada is very different than the porn they shoot
lot
out here. They're way more lax. Don't take things as seriously when it comes to like even testing.
Yeah,
I saw your little rant about that too.
Yeah.
So that's why I went back. So basically, the story is I shot porn out in Canada, and I was supposed to do Trans Angels. I was doing multiple websites out there, but one of them was Trans Angels. The day of, producer hits me up and is like, "Oh, by the way, the guy isn't tested, so."
Oh no, he had a 4-week test.
That was
It
the second
over-
time.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
the first
really?
guy, like, it was just completely out of date.
Out of date. And then they were like, my agent was like, well, then give me a fucking kill fee. And they were like, well, no, we'll bring you back and give you 2 shoots. So I go back, and then same problem. The guy isn't tested. And
Same guy or different guy?
different guy.
Okay.
But I was on set, and the director was totally chill with it. She was like, "Oh yeah, it's a month old, but it's up to you if you want to, babe. I'm totally comfortable.
Do you know
if
how
you
many
are."
we fuck in a month?
Yeah.
Especially a lot of the male porn stars are escorts too.
In Montreal, yeah, they're all like gay for pay, and a lot of them work at the strip clubs, and I think a lot of them do. I don't know about this guy in particular, but
Well,
it's a possibility.
we saw him that night get into like an old guy's car. So I was like, yeah, no, I'll pass.
Yeah.
Made a little bitch fit, got a different guy that same day, but it was very unprofessional, I feel.
I've been very lucky. That's never happened to me. But like would suck to travel that far and have somebody
and then having to
not be
wait for the
fresh.
next person to replace
Yeah,
as well.
It kind of fucked our plans for the night. We were supposed to do a collab and it got canceled. But you know, it's definitely, I feel like porn in general, there's so many things that we have to deal with that people with like that work at Wells Fargo or the grocery store don't have to deal with. It can be a lot sometimes.
Which is just like a relaxed job though.
I'd say it's pretty chill for me. It's not very stressful. I am blessed in that sense, you know. I would think back to like rush hour at fucking Jersey Mike.
Subway, yeah.
But there's just other shit you're putting up with.
Yeah,
yeah, I love it. You know, it's a lot of fun. I get to travel. Like I'm in, you know, like LA and Vegas all the time now, and like I got to move, and it's given me my whole transition. And the downtime is great, but when it's a lot, it's a lot. Like this week we did like 5 shoots, I think.
5 shoots, less than a week.
Damn,
we were literally doing 2 shoots in one day. And then we overbooked, and we kind of had to reschedule on some other people, which is sad, but it's like we can only like work so much until your body is like, fuck, I need a
I need a break. My asshole's tired.
Yeah, definitely.
So what do you guys like doing better, like content collabing or like porn studio shoots?
I'll go. Want me to go first?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's very different. I would say OnlyFans is my passion. Like I love the creative aspect. I love making all the decisions, choosing who I work with, and like getting to do cosplays and everything.
I saw the little Mario one.
Yeah, we did
was
Peach
cute.
and
That was so
Daisy.
cute, yeah.
I love that.
Even like the tatted up look was so fun. Being able to like be creative.
Yeah,
and like
I feel like with studio time, it's just like here's a script.
They want you to like very much
you're a vessel.
You're a vessel. Like you could, if you cancel, they have another girl who could wear the same office employee outfit. It's a different type of fun doing like this super scripted scenes. Like I got to film in a laundromat. I'm so excited for that. They dressed me up like the Notaku hentai video game
like
mascot. Yeah, and I was like an anime girl come to life at a convention. Like that kind of thing. Like you're not going to really do for your OnlyFans, but they want those meme moments that they can make a GIF of for you. So I honestly, I love both.
Porn GIFs, yeah.
Yeah.
Always all over, like, yeah.
Yeah. They want you to meat spin. They always want you to do that. I've gotten asked to do.
I've never done.
What's a meat spin?
I've never heard a meat spin. I've heard of what's it called? The
helicopter.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Helicopter. They're always like, yeah, give us a helicopter so we can make a GIF of that. And I'm like, oh my god. Yeah, but it's part of the fun, being silly and being goofy. I think.
So content you like better than, right?
I think so. It's like
I think it's more intimate, it's more personal.
Yeah, exactly.
It's less pressure.
And you can, but I like the balance. I like doing it all.
The only thing with like content is kind of just like you don't get paid right away for what you're doing. You kind of just have to like rely on the sales.
But at the same time, you are kind of making more money because in the long run,
it benefits you because it's there.
Yeah, you're constantly making money off of it as opposed to getting paid one day and not getting residuals or anything like that.
I see studio porn as like, it's like paid promo. And networking is
that's what when I was interviewing Trisha, that's what she said too. She was saying how like she does studio porn to get her name out there
for sure,
and then later that promotes like
it's
her
helped
OnlyFans.
A lot. It's blown like Instagram and Twitter up a lot more for me. Like doing Trans Angels, I have gained like 20,000 followers on Twitter. Just like I went from like 50 to 70 within just like the 2 shoots with them. Every time it's like you get a whole new wave of people when you get put out there in studio porn. So it's cool. It's stuff you can't get from the Instagram or the Telegram groups for OnlyFans, like share for share, you know?
Yeah.
It's a different type of like legacy.
For sure. Do you like porn or content?
I guess I love content, but I also love acting. Like I always wanted to be an actress, so it's kind of fun. I get to live out that fantasy.
That's what a lot of the girls that I interview when they do porn, like that's what Lola was saying too. She's like, you feel like a star.
You really do. You get hair, makeup. There's like craft service table, and then also the producers are really friendly. Like Jim Powers, I love you if you're watching this. But it's a really good vibe on set. I feel
you feel welcomed.
You do, and kind of worshipped in a way where like everyone's complimenting you.
They're catering to you.
They are. And I don't know, when I got into porn, I had no intention of being like a porn star. I kind of did it just to promote my OnlyFans, and
Me too.
yeah, it's been great for both, honestly.
Yeah, it's fun being able to call yourself like a porn star. Like once you've worked with the kind of bigger names, it's like you kind of get that little crown put on you.
Where you're kind of like, oh god, I know this person.
Yeah,
and now I'm working with this person.
It's fun. It's fun.
I feel like it's just a lot of like, that is fun. Was it like a nerve wracking for like for your first scene, and there's like a bunch of people there behind the camera, like watching you?
It was definitely. Like I had filmed
Brittney
a lot of,
loves that. Like the more people that are watching, she gets off on that.
Honestly, it's fun. Like I feel like doing OnlyFans, I've had like videographers, and there's been people in the room. Like I used to shoot a lot with like the Creamy Bros. They're from the same part of Canada I'm from, and when I would be shooting there, there'd be like the same like 3-4 people in the room sometimes, and you just honestly like. It's kind of just like all eyes on me. Like it sets you up for the whole internet looking at you, I think. And I think if you don't love people looking at your naked body and compromising,
well, I mean, it's kind of like it's different because like if it's in person, it's like, oh my god, but if it's online, it's like different.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. But I think honestly, like sometimes if I'm like trying to like, I do all my cum shots real, and
oh honey, I know, I was there.
I know, yes, she was in the sometimes it literally helps me to be like, when I'm like, I always have to kind of go and get in my head and like do it, and it helps me to be like, yeah, like oh my god, I'm jerking off with all these people in the room, like kind of like like I don't know, it's like exciting, I guess.
She's an exhibitionist like me.
Yeah, it's like an adrenaline in a way. No, that's how Brittney is, because like the more people that are watching, she loves it.
It'll make me more horny.
Definitely.
Like what about it makes you like more turned on about people watching you?
Especially guys. Like I prefer guys in the room. I don't know. Especially strangers. I don't really know.
Is that like a kink of yours?
I guess so. I don't know.
Do you not get like nervous? Like a lot of people kind of just like, oh my god, there's other guys here. I can't. Oh my god. But you just thrive. You love it.
I get excited over it.
What about it is exciting to you? I couldn't do that. If it was like strange people that I didn't know, I'd be like, why is he here?
Well, I feel like, I don't know. A lot of the guys, they've never seen, well, I guess they have if they're working in like production, but I don't know. I like to perform. I like to give them a show. Like I'm not just performing for the camera, but I'm performing for people on set too.
For sure, it helps. It feels more real. One thing that made me really uncomfortable, I was shooting a porn scene, and my scene partner brought his girlfriend, and I feel like that was kind of a line, like, because I'm like this guy's fucking me, and his girlfriend is just, she's not in the viewpoint, she couldn't see what was going on, but like she was there, and that guy also had been like in my DMs trying to hook up, and like when he got offered the scene, he like took it immediately, and no hate, but like it was definitely because I'm there, and I'm like, again, being around people doesn't, but like I could imagine, let's say my boyfriend was doing porn, I wouldn't want to be there while he's on set. Like,
that's so funny because like I would always go to set.
You would always go to set.
Yeah, with him. Yeah, every single time. But he was doing gay stuff. Though.
Yeah, it's different, right? Yeah. When this was like, you know, a trans, but still like a girl, and like it was just like, I mean, she was very sweet and everything, but it kind of like it put me in this position of like, oh, like okay.
Do you like sound like you're enjoying it? Do you like tone it down a bit?
Oh, I didn't tone anything down. I was like, she's just gonna have to live with the fact that she's here for this. It was more him. I was like, why would you like bring her? Like, and it was so funny because, like I said, he had been in my DMs. He's been in a lot of the girls' DMs, and he meets me, and his girlfriend's there, literally acts like he's never spoken to me in his life. And I was like, oh, this is how we're going to play it. We're not going to bring up the huge elephant in the room that you were begging me to like fuck you in your ass. But then puts up a whole fight about reading the script and having to suck my dick and calling the owner of the company and everything. And he got bad feedback from.
So he didn't want to like.
Well, he did on camera, but also he does gay porn on camera too. So I'm like, what's I think when we're trans, sometimes I don't know, they treat us so differently than.
That's what I was saying. I was like, once you dabble in, like, if you're into guys, you're gay.
Yeah.
If you're into girls, you're straight. But when you dabble into trannies, it's like you're dabbling into the freaks.
Yeah, people look at you that way. People look at
trans and just like, oh my god, they're freaks.
He was even
like, what
saying,
the fuck
like,
are you? You know?
Because he was trying to. Okay, he hit me up originally to collab, and I was like, okay, cool. When do you want to film? And he's like, oh, well, can I come over and just like we can play for, and I was like, no, I don't do that.
Fucking
I have
play.
a relationship.
I hate that word.
Yeah, I have a relationship. I don't fuck off camera ever. Like, you know, we have an understanding.
The camera has to be rolling all the time.
Yeah, definitely. Very professional. I keep it cute always. And I was like, sorry, I don't do that. And then immediately he's like, oh, well, I'm worried about my fans, like, seeing me with a trans girl because they think I'm straight. And I'm like, dude, you're getting fucked up the ass by men. And you don't want to be seen with a, I don't know. So immediately I was like, well, we're never going to collab. And of course, when my first scene partner had to cancel and they were like doing like, oh, who's available on this day?
Of course it was
Mr. Him was right there.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
No, but it's kind of like if you're doing gay stuff, like that's like you're already delving into guys. Sucking a trans girl's dick
no,
is
a dick is a dick is a dick.
A dick is a dick.
That's
Yeah,
it.
a dick is a
Like,
dick is a dick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So when they put some fuss for that, I would like. I'd
It's
be like,
weird.
let's just fucking suck it. Like
I know. And he did.
I mean, that's what I had to do with Brittney. You know, I was like, oh my god, it's a dick, but it's on my best friend's body, and it's like
Right?
a female's body, and I was like, but it's just a dick, but I just couldn't do it because I see your dick as kind of like a girl dick, and it's like,
It's different for sure.
it's so different.
It's kind of the same for me though, but like, because I can fuck trans women without like needing Trimax or even like,
Shut the fuck up! You told me this, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
I
So you're just into
hyperfixate
girls. You're into girls.
I'm into dick. I
Int-
hyperfixate
okay.
on the dick, and then
Same.
I'm able to perform.
Yeah.
I can't do it with pussy. I'm sorry.
because you're not into pussy.
I need a little help from Mr. Trimax for that one.
Trimax doesn't work for me at all. I have to do Viagra.
Wait, why?
I don't know.
It's like a shot, though. It should
I've
work for
tried it
everyone, I
3 or
feel.
4 times,
I've
and
injected her and
it
Oh my
literally
god,
never
yeah,
worked.
bitch,
You were
I
there.
was there. Yes,
it-
remember I was
and then remember I
outside.
was soft, and I had to softcore that scene.
I remember she was screaming, and I was like, Brittney, where are you
She's-
injecting
yeah,
her?
she's stabbing me.
No, I'm literally in the living room, and I just hear her
Yeah.
screaming, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Brittney, what is Brittney doing
But
her?
Viagra works for me just fine, honestly. And whenever you're on Viagra, the pop is like the most body shaking thing of your life. It's
Okay,
crazy.
so how does Viagra work? Because I know Trimax just brings all the blood to your dick and it sucks it there. Viagra kind of have to be a little
think it's
turned on,
magic.
right?
You have to be.
I watch porn to kind of.
You have to be a little turned on for
You have to
for
be
Viagra.
visually stimulated for
Yeah.
Viagra to work.
Yeah, I think so too. But
That's how
once
I-
it's up, it stays up. Though.
So you kind of have to be a little turned on then.
I'll watch a little porn, do whatever it takes,
Mm-hmm.
and then, or even just stimulation can kind of. I find on Viagra like you're hypersensitive and.
Also, chewing it makes it work better.
Wait, is it a pill
stronger.
or a gum?
It's a pill.
If you want to chew it.
Like chew it up before you
It's
swallow
disgusting, but
It works the same if like with any type of pill. If you chew it, it'll like hit you
just
harder.
fucking snort it next time.
Just snorting it, snorting Viagra.
Line of Viagra.
But, yeah, just doing rails of Viagra.
Oh my god. So, Angellica, how's like dating while being in porn? I always ask all these porn stars the same questions because like
Yeah.
it's always like different like
Different
answers and like
so I do have
you
a,
have a boyfriend.
I do have a boyfriend.
And how's that?
So we met when I was doing OnlyFans, and I had done a little bit of studio porn, like I said, my groovy scenes, and so he's kind of watched my career grow, and you know there has been some jealousy, but I think that's only natural. But at the end of the day, he's very supportive, and I'm so lucky. You know, we met very naturally, like it was at a bar on Halloween, and like it took him a couple minutes, and then he realized he was I was trans, and he's still like, you know, I took him home, and I honestly normally don't just like take guys home from bars, like not that there's anything wrong with that, but like I kind of like going out and more just like teasing and flirting, but he was just so genuine, did not care that all his friends were there, and he like literally called his parents like the next day and was like, guess what I tried? Like he's like so open with them about everything. Like imagine a guy calling his mom being like, I fucked a tranny, like so cool.
Did that make you feel like what the fuck, like I'm more than just that?
No, it was more.
Do you know what I
like-
mean? Like, because like a lot
Yeah.
of people hear that they're like, oh, was it just like a bucket listing to cross off?
Well, it definitely wasn't. He had never seen a trans girl in his life before. He's from a very, very, very small town. He had never watched trans porn. Like, it was more like he called his parents to be like, it was more respectful than that. It was like, guys, like I tried something new. Like, I'm not quite sure like what's gonna happen, but like I did this, and it came from a very good place. Like it wasn't like like I fucked a tranny. Like
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, like I did this, but just the fact that he was willing to be so open from his with family and everything from the get-go was a big like sign for me.
No, of course, it's a lot of guys.
I feel like for cis girls that's the bare minimum, but for trans girls
that's like what you really
it can take a year to get to get to
even
meet the
longer.
friends.
Yeah, even if that, they wouldn't even bring you home sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. And I met his family and everything. How
was that? Were you nervous?
I was very nervous, but you know, his mom and dad, they're very nice. They've had a little bit getting used to.
You said that they're conservative.
Yeah, definitely. They're, you know, a little more conservative than I would say I am. But we get along. It took a little bit of getting used to him, like when we started to take things more serious, I think. But it's been a journey. And then obviously, then they found out I did porn, and that kind of created another little rift.
What was that?
His cousin saw my Instagram and was like, "Oh, like, is this his girlfriend?" And they were like, "Oh my gosh, like, wow." Like, I mean, he told them I was an influencer, but I think they kind of knew something was up. But anyways, it took them getting used to, but I think they're slowly coming around. I still need to meet them again, and now that they know more.
Oh, you haven't met them since?
No, I spent a week at their house when we like weren't even official yet, because I was like so infatuated with this boy. It's my ADHD. When I like somebody, I'm like,
Yeah.
I literally like flew to his parents' house in the middle of fucking nowhere.
How far away is he from you?
So now we live a lot closer, but at the time, I was on the East Coast and he was like mid Canada.
Okay.
North.
It's like in the middle.
Like, southeast. Yeah. So it was like a whole journey getting there. Like I had to like fly and everything, but I stayed there a week, and yeah, definitely I feel like every relationship has its things, but he is very supportive and he tries his best, and the key is communication. You know, we always talk it through and everything, and it helps a lot. Yeah.
Is there ever like a time where it's kind of just like, this is too much for me, I can't handle this anymore?
It hasn't really gotten to that, you know.
Regarding your porn career, obviously.
No, there was one time where we kind of talked about it, but we just decided like we love each other, and like we can get, like, we got through it, and I feel like it made us a lot stronger in a way. So yeah, that helps a lot.
That is so cute. What about you, Brittney? How's dating for you?
For me, it's been really well. I've been dating the same guy pretty much my entire like porn career, and all his ex-wives have been in porn, so
he's familiar with it then.
Yeah, he's very supportive, and he knows that like even though I'm fucking other people, like they can have my body, but they're not gonna have like my heart like he has mine. So he's able to understand that, and he's like so supportive. Like he'll ask me about my shoots, and I'll talk.
Which
to
is
him.
so funny because a lot of people wouldn't want to know. Like I'm sure your man doesn't ask about your shoot, does he?
He will. We kind of keep it at like, oh, like how was work today, and I'll be like, oh, it was a great shoot. Like this is what we did, kind of, and then we kind of keep it there. But he's not the type to want to like watch me. Like he doesn't like get off to my videos. With girls, he loves that. He loves hearing about the girls, which I'd say is most of my collabs. But when it's guys, like it's more just like, but I'm always like, you know, you're the one for me. Like my type is very much country boy, like small town, like, manly.
Oh, I had my fair share of
that.
Yeah,
the porn boys are never really my type, and he knows that. So, but like, he always wants to know that it's been a good shoot and everything, but we don't get into too much detail. Usually it's kind of just like we keep it cute.
Yeah, that's smart. I feel like, because even like you hear a time like they'll be thinking about it over and over and over.
Yeah, definitely.
And be like, oh fuck, like they'll be like, oh, that was cool, and then like they'll be like, oh my god, but she did this, she just told me she did that, and then they're imagining it, and it's kind of like that's gonna fuck with them.
The sex you have with your partner is
way
so much
different.
more like freakier, more intimate. Like you're doing things that you wouldn't be doing on camera. You're not worried the whole time, but like looking like so cute and sounding like little. Oh,
Yeah,
like you can just really kind of get into it, and that you can never have with anybody but somebody that you really want to be with. You know,
I definitely like, especially when I'm doing content, I have my boyfriend in mind, so I try to make porn that he can
because
watch.
content is like more intimate. So like, how's that? Because like studio porn, time like there's people there, there's accountability there, but like like content, sometimes it's you and this person. Like, how's that? Like, how does your man feel about that sometimes?
He is very supportive. Like, our first shoot together was at his house, and he's been, he'll open up the doors for me. He'll, I don't know. I like making content that he can like get off to when I'm not there. Like
Even
even
kind of just like filming porn for him.
yeah.
Does he watch it?
My
Does he like
subscribers
love it?
too.
Does he love it?
The ones that he's seen, like I've definitely checked like the search history at one point, and I was in there. So as far as I know, he's enjoying it.
Is he what, like? Is he getting off to like the content or like the studio?
It was content that got leaked on like, the tubes. No, I definitely try to not just keep my subscribers happy, but I try and keep him happy. Like I want him to get off to me even when I'm not in the room,
Yeah.
So
I feel like for content for me, like, filming with other guys, I try to keep it just as professional I would on a porn set.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's always going to be a little more real, but, it's like Angellica gets turned on, and then it's like kind of being somebody. It's like playing a character, even if it's like content to me. I don't know. Obviously, yeah, it can be enjoyable, but like I said, it's just never gonna be the
That's
same.
like the tough part. I'm just like knowing like my girlfriend's enjoying this.
Yeah,
She's turned on by someone else.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what it gets to. But like, then the sex with him is always gonna be so much better.
Yeah, there's like intimacy there.
Yeah.
There's like love there. There's like history
but you
there.
don't-
I don't.
you don't film content for him to enjoy, really.
I do a lot of solo content because I started off in the OnlyFans world. A lot of my fans love that. He loves the solo content. He loves my content with girls. It's just more so the stuff with guys he doesn't care to watch. But we
And
have
so
our,
like
we
hearing
make
that,
our own little videos.
do you like
here
limit
and
yourself to like do you limit like some of the guy content or kind of just like
You only perform with like porn stars that are male. It's not like content male creators.
so like you wouldn't collab with those
like,
guys.
I feel like for me to collab with you, you need to be doing like it as a job. Like I'm not just going on Grindr. Yeah, I'm not just going on Grindr and finding guys to shoot with like I would have when I was single or Tinder or whatever. But it's like it's just like networking. It's like playing basketball with somebody. Brittney said the other day, like it's totally different. And I feel like I know my intentions, and it's to get that money. Like, that's what it comes down to. And he knows, like, told him, like, this is my job, and you know who you're getting in with, and he's chosen that, and he's okay with it. And I feel like I said, communication is key. As long as like you talk about things and you're not like breaking any of the rules that you've set for your relationship, then that is what matters.
Of course.
Yeah.
So how is it different? Like, because you were saying like, oh, I only shoot with like male porn stars, but not content creators. What's the difference between the two? From like that, like
I would say I shoot with male content creators as long as they're taking it seriously and they're gonna pull up.
Is it because would you say like
male?
male? Would you say like male content creators are more unprofessional?
Yes.
Yeah.
How so? What do they do? So I'm not in. I'm not in porn.
You don't
so I
collab
can't-
like that, really.
I don't understand. So like your point of view, like how is it like the porn star guys versus the content creator guys?
Well, first of all, the fucking I feel is so different. Male porn stars know that they're on camera. They know like, okay, as much as I want to like fuck you like a jackrabbit right now, it's not gonna show good on camera. So they're kind of like, using the tip, pulling out a lot more so you can see the action. And I feel like they're better with angles and everything. Also, way more professional content. Some of the male content creators, they need to be kind of working on their angles. I feel like they more are fucking just out of enjoyment. It's not really a job for them, I feel, as much as a male porn star.
Yeah, and those are the ones that I feel like I avoid working. Like, I'm not gonna work with you if like I look at your page and it's like all this like shaky camera, like no, that's like I want something that's gonna look good. Like if I wanted to do a little like, just close-ups and like stuff like that, I would just literally use my boyfriend's dick and make like little POVs like that. Like I'm not gonna like I like it to look good and almost have that studio porn feeling for OnlyFans. So some content creators take it as seriously as the girls do, but if you're not on that level, like
It's very few, though. I feel like, especially men in general, like they're just kind of, I feel like they kind of do it just so they can have like a pretty model over or something, using it as an excuse.
I feel like with them it's just kind of like mainly just to fuck, to be honest.
Yeah, just to hook up, and maybe there's a tripod there, but
Maybe at that.
at best.
Maybe it's just like on the dresser, just sitting on the dresser in one little angle.
Yeah, I feel like most of the guys that I would shoot with now, they have at least some studio porn experience, and it helps a lot. Like, I've had some shoots where I've got there and I've been like, oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I had one where he literally fell asleep while we were filming.
But he was a male porn star.
He was a male porn star, and he literally, like, fell asleep, and then he drove me home, and he was so drunk. I would never get in the car with a drunk driver, but he kind of, like, didn't really give me a choice, and I had to meet my friends after our shoot, which he fell asleep during while we were trying to get his cum shot. He fell asleep. He put a movie on and fell asleep. I was like, this is not usable. Like, he literally
Put a movie on and fell
and he
asleep.
ran like 8 red lights.
Oh, he was drunk.
Well,
of course.
but he was just, oh my God. I ended up having like ditch him that night because he invited himself out with me and my girlfriends. He was like picking the girls up. I was like, oh my God, like, it was so not cute. But unfortunately, some people, the industry can really get to them, and you have to watch your back and make sure that you're taking the mental health that you need.
Everyone thinks that the women in the sex industry are crazy. Wrong. It's the men. Oh my God.
So being on like sets and stuff and meeting all these porn stars, like how much would you say of like there's drugs involved? Because I feel like there's a lot of drugs involved in like the porn community.
Yeah, I guess so. I would say a good chunk of the porn stars are. There's very few that are like me that are sober. I know, honestly, I can think of Hatler as the only like completely sober one that I know of.
A lot of people they drink on set. They need alcohol to kind of just like get in the zone and do all this kind of stuff. And it's like, is that like a common thing?
So if
on
you're
porn
filming
sets?
studio porn, it's
Technically, they're not
they're not
supposed
supposed to. That is one thing they're very strict on in Canada. There's no alcohol on set ever. For me, I've never seen it, but
She's like,
I don't know about you, but I've never.
I filmed in a bar in Canada.
Oh, they were okay. Nice.
and did they let you drink?
They. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Okay, no, we'll skip that. Yeah.
Anyways, as far as that studio's a little different, but as far as I've done,
She's like, I know that studio. It's a little interesting.
It's been good, but for me, like, if somebody pulled up to shoot content even, and they were like ever drunk again, like that guy was, I would literally, I would be like, I'm sorry, like, you need to be like in your, like, this is still work, you know, like, come, like, be ready, be clean.
Professional.
Yeah.
Like,
I got there and he got in the bubble bath. He was like, oh, I'm just going
A
to take a
bubble
bath.
bath. That's so cute. A bubble bath.
And then he gets out of the bath and he's like, oh, like, let's go get McDonald's. So we get in his
Oh,
car. and
honey,
go
I'd
get
be in the
McDonald's.
car already. I'd
Drove
be
me
like,
all around.
bitch,
We had
let's
to
go.
stop
I'm
by
already
his
there.
mom's house. I was like, what is happening right now? Like, he stopped by his mom's to drop something off. I was like, this is so not the vibe. Like, but I was like, I came 45 minutes in an Uber here. Like, I'm going to get my content. I got something sellable out of it, but definitely, like, I gave that performer one more chance. I had a videographer there, and it was still, he was bullying my videographer, like,
Oh my God.
calling him gay, all this stuff. I was like, oh my God, like, this was your last chance. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's crazy to see somebody that I jerked off to when I was probably like in high school end up kind of a disaster.
Well, they always say, like, don't meet your idols. Never meet your idols.
don't do it.
I know I shot with one person that I've literally I've jerked off to him since I was like 13, and it was very disappointing. Like, they had to fake the cum shot and everything.
How did that make you feel? Were you like offended? Like, excuse me, bitch.
A little, because it was a
I'd be so
daddy-daughter scene
offended,
too. It was my
yeah.
favorite fetish.
Uh-huh.
Like, and then
Daddy, daughter is your favorite fetish.
it is. I'm a daddy's girl. But yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking.
Was he like, how was his personality though? Was it kind of just like, okay, he's nice.
Total sweetheart, so nice to me. Complimented me, made me feel beautiful. It was just like, and I know, like you said, a lot of the male performers are partiers, so I think that was a problem with his dick too. Definitely didn't help it. But I don't have anything against him or anything. Like, it is what it is. They fake the pop, so.
At least you guys got like,
You got the scene.
you guys got
scene.
paid.
Yeah.
You guys got paid.
Yeah.
Is there ever like poppers like involved on set? Or
Um,
how's that? Because it's not really like a drug.
I think it's well, can't speak for experience, but I think it's more of a thing for the gay scene, or even like maybe the fisting scenes or like double anal would make more sense.
I've never done poppers. It's not my thing. They're illegal in Canada, so
what?
Yeah, you can't buy them in stores in Canada. Like I know some of the gays have them, but they like sneak them in from America. I've never done poppers before. I don't really need them. I like anal anyways. I don't need like that.
I feel like girls don't really need poppers, much as guys do.
No.
It's funny. I've from other people. They tell me that the popper is more so for the girl because you're the one taking the dick and it like loosens you up.
Bitch, we did that on a daily. Why would I need help?
It's like I don't need it.
I feel like it's more of the guys. Guys are like, I've done this before. I have never done this.
I feel like
loosen up.
I've never done this before.
They're getting fisted.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy.
That's what they love to say, the guys hooking up with the dolls. Like, oh yeah, you're my first one, and then you text your friend.
I just want to know how it feels.
And they're like, oh, I've seen him before.
The whole doll group chats had him, right? Like,
we call that community dick.
Yeah, the community D for sure. Especially
just always on Grindr, refreshing. Have you ever had like a moment on set where you've had a bad experience?
Yes,
both of you.
Well, the whole testing thing was pretty bad for me, but.
Like a professional set, by the way, not like content.
Yeah, it was professional studio for that scene. But, I have done some pretty big studios. And when you're on set with them, they usually have like a sound guy. They have like videographer, director, and like a PA. And all of them in the room heard me tell my co-star, oh, can you please shallow fuck me?
What is shallow fuck?
Just the tip.
Oh, okay.
Just to get used to it.
Get used to the shape before you power.
There's so many like lingos that I need to learn.
Yeah.
The vocab.
Yeah, I didn't even know what softcore was. I thought softcore was like a music genre.
Oh my god.
Like there's hardcore music and then there's softcore music. I didn't know it's kind of like a sex term, but yeah.
I asked him to shallow fuck me and he's like, yeah, okay. Grabs me by the hips and like goes balls deep.
The first time.
Power fucks me. And I'm like, holy fuck, like you can see it on camera and like
I know that feeling when it goes and you're like
and it burns it's like it's really hot and then I'm like take it out and then I gotta let it sit for a second.
I'm clenching right now
I know that feeling. It's awful.
I literally was so surprised they left it in the scene where I whispered to him, can you please shallow fuck me? And I know the sound person.
They left that in the scene?
They left it in the scene and he goes balls deep.
It just looks more bad. Like there's proof right there in the footing.
I know.
I gotta find the scene after. Is it released yet?
It is.
I'm gonna look for it. I'm gonna look for that shit.
That's crazy. Bad moments on set. The guy that brought his girlfriend that scene, he was just like, so that was my first like with this one studio, but it wasn't my first time filming studio porn, let alone like doing studio level porn for my OnlyFans. Like I know how to do things, and he was mansplaining the entire time.
Oh my god.
How to bottom, how to do this, how to hold my body, and I was just like, dude, I fucking know. Like you're talking to me like I'm an idiot right now. Like it was just so disrespectful.
Kind of taking over as like the director at some points, and at that point I was like, are you fucking kidding me? My dick is soft.
He said something to you. He was like, you should do this. And you were immediately like, I'm soft. I'm over it. I was like, oh, she's not. Brittney's the bossy one. She can't have somebody bossing her around that's not a director.
Not for my content.
Invited. Yeah. Not even invited.
So why does that make you like why does that piss you off? Even if it's like good intake, like even if you're like, oh, that's actually a pretty good idea. Would you still be upset, or was it kind of just like?
I think it goes.
It was not good intake at all.
Yeah,
it goes back to the mansplaining thing. Yeah. Like, I think he acts like he's some alpha energy or something. Like, oh, I'm gonna take over and tell these girls how to fuck. Wrong. Yeah. This is going on my website, bitch. I'm gonna do what I want to do, and you can sit back and watch.
Yeah,
but we couldn't even do that because he kind of ruined the mood.
Definitely.
Is there any regret you two have like going into porn?
My only regret is that I didn't do it sooner. I would have done it at 18.
Had that one coming. I knew it. I fucking knew it.
Honestly, I think doing it at 18, I mean, unfortunately, guys love to see the like barely legal, which it's kind of creepy, but I wanted to do porn for so long.
It's kind of creepy, but barely
I would have done it.
Yeah, I
Barely Legal is already so creepy as the title. Barely Legal, like, ew.
Yeah, I feel like I always wanted, like, I always was so infatuated with porn star women. Like, I would just, like, look at them on Instagram. Instead of looking at hot guys, I'd be looking at all these hot girls.
Sam, I used to look at Candace all day.
Yeah,
you know
and it made me realize, like, oh, wait, like, that's what I want to be. Like, I want to look like these girls, and then looking like that kind of gets you the job, I guess. So I don't really have regrets. I've been happy with my career so far. I feel like everything, even things, if the shoot didn't turn out right, you learn something from it. And yeah.
Any job that is like difficult and challenging will definitely help you grow as a person. But I have no regrets. I'm so happy with it.
Me too.
Dream job.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Like I said, you get so much time to yourself that people don't get, and you know,
It's a lot of free time.
That's a lot of money.
No,
sometimes
like,
it's so much free time I get bored, but that's when I'm like such a workaholic. Like I always, if I'm home, like I'll be filming solos, I'll be taking little clips here and there just to like to send to my fans. Like, and I'm always talking to them. I'm obsessed with talking to them. Like,
So you don't have like an agency that's doing all that for you,
no,
huh?
No.
I have an agency that helps me with my OnlyFans promotion, but as far as talking to my fans, that's
It's all
me.
legit you.
I love talking to them every day. Like I have like almost like, I wouldn't call them boyfriends, but like little like really close friends that love to talk to me every day, and they've been following me since I started. Like and they've watched me grow into who I am, help pay for my surgeries, my clothes, everything. I love the fans. It's like why I do it.
It's having an OnlyFans. It's like the only location that fans can get direct content with us.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's cute because like when you like come back and talk to them, they like resubscribe because they're
Yes.
like wait, I'm still talking to her. I
And
want to keep talking to her. I want to keep
customs,
talking to her.
like,
Yeah.
They love getting a custom video. Like maybe they like your feet or something. I get all the foot fans. Guys who like the dolls, they like feet. I don't know if you guys have had like, I feel like boys who like trans girls, they like toes. It's like a thing. Almost all of them.
I don't know who was telling me this. They were kind of saying it was Sam Shock. I had him on the interview and he was saying how like the penis and the foot's like right next to each other in our brain.
Interesting. Maybe that's why.
Yeah, and it makes a lot of sense because I'm so into feet, but like I'm
Yeah.
into feet more than I am
I
into
like
dick
feet.
sometimes.
I like guys' feet a little bit.
I am like the complete opposite. It does nothing for me.
It's kind of like
I like the disrespect. Like put your foot in my mouth.
kind of like yeah, kind of like does like a nice masculine hand do anything for you? Like when you see
I love a hand.
like a nice masculine arm with veins and hands.
Ooh.
And I imagine that on a feet. It's like a masculine foot.
I like the whole like anything like manly like.
Yes, that's
like
what I'm into.
when they like little like smelly little feet, like that's hot.
the little toe hairs.
Yeah, the little toe hairs.
like I'm
Love
into
it.
that all. Like I'm into
My
it all.
boyfriend,
yeah.
like he had never like I was like we were just like fooling around when we were just getting to know each other, and I was like, oh, like are you into feet? He's like, oh, I don't know. I was like, you've never like had your foot licked before, and I just took his foot, and I was like. And then he
Oh,
was
so
like,
you like doing the foot worshipping?
I love having my feet worship more.
Okay.
I love having my toes sucked on and everything, but like I just showed him how good it felt, and now he's obsessed with my feet. I love it. He'll just like come up to me and like kiss them and like rub them, and I'm like, oh, so cute. It's
Brittany's
like-
yet to explore
it's
that
almost like-
side.
it's a kink, but it's like sweet, kind of like because it's like I love your whole body, even like the feet you walk on. Like I want to kiss them, and
It's so
I
hot.
love it.
I love
it makes me feel like a little
foot.
princess.
I
with
love
my little
feet
pink
so
toes.
much.
Like, yeah.
She likes getting worshipped. I'm more like I'll do the worshiping. Like
You're really submissive.
I am.
And I'm just like I don't know why you're not into like piss play. That's the ultimate submission right there.
I know. I need to get R. Kelly'd first.
Oh my god.
Like I would like love to see you like get pissed on.
Open mouth.
Like that's just like the ultimate submission. You haven't had a studio scene when they made you do piss.
No, I've never even done it for content.
A lot of
You can't do it for content. OnlyFans they don't let
Oh.
you. So it's kind of like a girl. Otherwise, I'd be getting pissed on all day. You know?
When I did see him fuck, it's kind of like a male worship, but that was the first time I even ate
I want
ass.
to see him fuck so bad.
What about seeing fuck do you want?
I love eating ass.
Really?
I love it. I think it's.
She's a pig.
I'm a pig. So I do love getting worshipped and everything, but like I say I'm like a switch. Like I'm definitely a bottom, but like I love like yeah, like it's like but like I love like eating ass, like especially when you're the first one to ever do it for a guy. They're like so like, wow, I didn't know it could feel that good. I like it. I don't know, like there's just something like kind of slutty about it, I think. And like I only transitioned at 20, so I was hooking up kind of more as a gay man for.
So you were more freakier.
Since I was a teen, so I feel like I kind of got exposed to the more like freaky, like gay grinder lifestyle. Gay
yeah,
porn,
because it
like,
is really freaky on the guy's side.
Stuff. Yeah, but I mean, I was, even though like I was on those gay, I was always so feminine, like nails and makeup. I would get the kind of like straight guys interested, but even then, it was still probably
the
a
guys
little
are
more
like into trance and CDs.
Yeah,
and femme.
I would get like it'd be like trans/CD/femme, like and it'd always be like military guys.
It's always the military guys.
I love military guys.
No, they are the number one. The one that was I was telling you about, the one that's like, oh, isn't your friend a porn star?
Oh,
He's a military guy.
Cute.
I love my military
They
fans.
always dabble
Shout out.
into like porn. They always they dabble into trannies. I don't know why. I've never met a military guy who wasn't okay with tea.
They're just, I don't know. They're not for me personally. I like a felon.
Oh,
Done some jail time. That's hot.
I love military guys. I love like any sort of like blue collar job, like a mechanic or a military guy or something. Like I love like a manly man, like I said, like country boys. I'm from a very small town, so I was around a lot of that, and I just love I hate like guys who on TikTok, and they think they're hot and they're like lip syncing.
I love those guys.
Hate them. I love them
because they're so hot. I'm like, yes.
I think it's hotter when guys just like they don't care.
They're effortlessly hot.
They're effortlessly hot. Like like just like coming home and like being all like they worked all day in like the
just
sun.
Just being a man.
Yeah, being a man like that. Like I could never be with a boy. I mean, I don't hate, but I couldn't be with a guy who's like has like a TikTok where he's lip syncing songs. I'm like, it's just not for me. It's just not for me. Because I used to lip sync songs. Now look at me, baby. Like here I am.
No, I know what you're talking about.
It's like, giving drag queen.
No, I know, because I've seen hot guys and I'm like, oh my god, he's so hot, but I would love to fuck him, but I think I could date that. Like, imagine like we're at home just hanging out, and he's like filming TikToks,
and you're like,
yeah, like he's more into himself than I am. Like,
yeah,
that's interesting. Like he's more of a girl than me.
I know a lot of the content guys, they do that, but I'm not talking about those ones. I'm talking about like the pretty boys, like the younger on there, like flashing their little eyes, and like it's so cringe. We were watching cringe TikToks the other day, and so many of them were these guys, and they're like doing their little faces, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I would never ever want that. If my boyfriend was doing that, I would smack that phone out of his hand and be like, go do some push-ups, like go. No,
because it takes away the manly aspect of it. Like they're like why are you so into yourself? Like that's like a girl thing.
Exactly, that's what I say. I'm like, oh, like it's giving girl. It's giving it's giving gay boy energy. I love gay boys. A lot of my friends are gay boys, but like we love the like more,
rugged men, yeah.
You like more younger guys now. Your boyfriend's younger than you.
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay.
And my boyfriend is 20. I always was into older guys. Always.
Same.
Like the daddies. Mm-hmm. And I finally decided to give something else a try, and it's been kind of nice. Like he can literally fuck all day. Like no problem. Like we can like go and go and go. He's horny again in 5 minutes. Like with old guys older than you, it's not like that. Like,
oh honey, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm so happy because like I have always like been into older guys too, and so I dated one 37, and I was like, this is
37's young, babe.
Well,
try 47.
Well, compared to the guys that you like, but then like it kind of just like aged me like so much. Like it was a fun relationship, but it aged me like 10 years, and I was like, oh my god. And like now I'm kind of just like I want to like date someone closer to my age and just like really be young and like just be young.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
My last boyfriend, I was 19 and he was like around 30, so that's like a big age difference for the time. And we did like a cruise together, and I wanted to go party and do all this, and he just kind of wanted to like chill. And I was like, oh, like if I was, ever single again, like I would definitely date somebody older than me. But I feel like now, like the age isn't the most important thing for me anymore, because it's been fun being with somebody in my age group. He's a little younger than me. He's my little innocent little boy.
You get to corrupt.
Yeah. Oh, he was so innocent when we met, and now he's like
corrupted
a little. But he has his like sensitive side as well, and it's nice to have the balance there for sure. Like I don't know. I feel like sometimes older guys can be. I feel like this new generation, like our generation, is so much more like not afraid to show their emotions and stuff, which is it's different for sure.
No.
Yeah, hearing that, and because you're into really older guys, hearing that,
am.
like, what is your take on that?
I prefer a guy that's going to corrupt me instead of me corrupting them. I literally look at guys, even if they're 5 years older than me, and I'm like, oh my God, you're like a child to me. Like, I could not fuck you.
No, there are times where I've showed, like, Brittney all these hot guys, and she's like, he's so young.
Yeah.
She's not into it.
I love silver daddies. If you don't have gray hair, we're not fucking. Sorry.
But, like, do you ever feel like you have to kind of, like, be a little more mature around them? And, like, is that, like, ever, like, annoying? Because for me, when I was around all these older guys, I would have to kind of, like, okay, you can't act too childish.
Not really. I think they enjoy like being around that young energy to kind of, you know, feel young again. And for me, it's
I'm like looking at her eye. I'm like,
something is in my eye.
and now I'm like looking at it. I'm like, can I get that? Wait, do you see it right there? Look, do you see it?
oh
Okay. Is it a hair?
It's like,
Look up. Oh fuck, I'm scared too.
What is it?
here, let me go get it. Let me go get a Q-tip. You say the fuck right there.
Thank you.
I'll get it for you.
Okay.
It's like, right.
Oh, got it. Sure.
Ew.
A parasite.
An alien. A little alien. Okay. We'll sell this to one of my fans.
I feel better.
Yeah, it feels so much better. Anyways,
I was like looking at her glitch out, and I'm like,
is my makeup still fine?
yeah, your makeup's fine. Yeah.
I was like, okay, don't be too noticeable. Like,
No, I was like watching it, and I see this little black thing floating, and
oh
I'm
my
like, is that a
God.
part of like
It's
her
a
eye?
long-lost eyelash or something.
No,
Who
it's like.
knows? Anyways, older men.
Well, I don't feel like I have to be. I think naturally I am a mature person.
You are, yeah. You're very mature. You're very smart.
I have my shit together, but I do think older guys do enjoy being around like that younger energy, and it does like give them a chance to kind of feel young again. And like, I don't know. I also just have daddy issues.
I was just gonna ask. I was like, is it kind of like tying into like daddy issues, maybe?
100%.
So like, what does that like do for you being around someone like older like that? Does it kind of just make you feel like, oh yeah? Like, does it feel like an empty hole? Maybe
It does. I feel like protected. I feel secure. I feel like all the things I never felt as a child.
Yeah.
But it's also like more of a sexual kink for me too, because I do love the daddy kink. So
You do. Is it just kind of like you're just really into like the masculine, manly energy?
I don't know, just like I'm into the older guys, the silver daddies. It also like does
Like,
make
is it just kind of like a look thing to you, or kind of just like a personality too?
personality too. Younger guys, I feel like never treat us as good. They don't have as much money as us, and they don't take us as seriously.
So if there was like a younger man like your age, and he had like the personality, the responsibilities, and like the stability of like an older man, you know, like really put you in your place and everything, would you like consider that?
I would not.
Cause so like, it comes down to the looks then.
I guess it does.
I think it comes down to the looks
the
aspect of it.
aesthetic of having like just an older guy next to me. I feel like so young, like a little girl.
You
again.
are a little girl.
I when I was dating older guys, I think it was the same thing. I always liked that, like, the feeling of like stability, I guess, and they're older than you, and like
You can learn a lot.
yeah.
From them, like, career-wise.
I just feel like now I've kind of like got myself to a place where what's most important, like, I don't know, I've never had one specific type. I was always dating older guys, but guys I find hot, like, it could literally be two completely different people, and I'll find them hot for different reasons. Like, the most important thing to me, if I like your face, that's number one.
The initial attraction, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, and then if we're talking just looks, not personality, we go like face, body, and then dick is, to me, the thing that can be the most like compromised, because as long as they know how to use it. But I lucked out.
Are you a size queen?
I'm not like a size queen. I don't need it to be huge. I just need you to know what to do with it. Like, too big is too big. Too small is too small. You want like that boyfriend dick, like that, like good, like 7 inches, you know, maybe 8.
So like, and then essentially a 9-inch.
Yeah.
Maybe like even a 10.
No, I don't know. I feel like all the guys I've dated,
Maybe if it's a
except
boyfriend,
one,
like
had
it's
a
not gonna
good.
be 9 inches or 8.
No, because 9, like you can't like ride that all day. I feel like a good like 7.5, like just
I think
over
boyfriend
average.
dick is kind of like 6 to 7.
Yeah, I think
6 to 7. Like, you can get fucked a lot and not like get hurt by
yeah.
it.
I have a big dick, and I like I like it to be around the same as mine.
Really?
Yeah, at least.
You don't even want it to be bigger?
Bigger is cool, but like bigger might hurt.
You can't fuck it
I
as
hurt
much.
people if I top for scenes or something. Sometimes people have
Bleed on your dick.
not that has never happened, but I've had people
You're not fucking them hard enough.
be like you like.
What?
We filmed and she was like, babe, like you need to shallow fuck me. This is a lot right now. And I was like, oh sorry, like oh my gosh. So that's fun.
I don't know. I like staying tight. I don't want to be like a loosey goosey, you know. Like,
You like to be tight?
yeah, my ass.
Well, your
I don't want to
ass
get
is-
stretched
It's
out.
always gonna be tight. Like your ass goes back. It needs to hold
you
shit.
think so?
It needs to hold shit.
I know.
Girl, the shit that I be pushing out is so big. I'm like, that has to do some damage on the way out. But it closes back up.
love it.
There's one porn star that I know that she was trans. Now she has a vagina, but she did anal for so long that she's in a diaper right now.
Wait, that's like a thing?
It is.
Gagged.
Oh shit! Gagged. Let me
What?
chill the fuck out. Let me chill the fuck out.
Hardcore top now.
Is it
forever.
prolapse or what is that?
God.
Wait, did your belt just fall out?
I think the muscles are just like weak.
You are about this. I'm like,
I didn't know that was a good thing.
Wait,
Because
what?
if the ass muscle can hold shit back, then it goes back to normal.
You know, a friend of mine, he got a sphincterplasty and now he can come hands free.
I'm sorry, what is that?
So they like loosened just one teeny part. He still holds shit in and everything. He doesn't have problems with that, but he now can bottom. He could never bottom before and always wanted to. And now he's able to literally like take dick and come hands free. Like he says it feels like a million times better than ever before. I don't know how or why, but I'm like, sign me up. Like that sounds so cool.
That guy you interviewed, a best male
Newcomer, Drew Valentino.
Drew Valentino, he had that too.
Oh, wow.
Like what? The
Sphincterplasty.
I guess.
that's a thing.
We love science, you guys. That's so cool. Who knew?
I want to do that.
So, as like, oh, am I?
Yeah,
can I
go for
ask
it. Go
her
for it. Go
questions?
crazy, girl. Are
Sorry.
you kidding?
Do you, being important, do you feel like pressure to have a specific body type at all?
Definitely.
I like that one. I like that.
I think all of us that have a job in the public eye, like, our looks are so constantly scrutinized, and every little change, you know, people have something to say about. Definitely, you want to stay fit. You want to keep looking good if you want to keep getting those bookings. So I would say, yeah, you know, especially for the dolls, they love us to look like dolls. So we do the pump and we do the titties and we.
You've had your ass pumped? I had no idea.
The only Canadian girl to get pumped.
Wait,
I love
wait, what
it.
is that?
Their bandages still on right now.
I'm leaving. I like to leave them on for a while.
I mean, you should. Mine was leaking like crazy.
I only had leaking one time and it was my first time. But yeah, I just got my. I'm calling it my final session for now. Like,
It's never gonna be your final session with you guys. I purchased your final session 3 sessions ago.
2 sessions ago.
No, I heard it longer than that.
I think this one for real. It was the one where we were kind of like, do we even need it?
You guys
I'm happy.
don't need it.
I did it. I love the way it looks, but definitely like it's a lot of money and time and.
It's like a want and need thing. Obviously, you're always
Yeah,
gonna want more ass.
right now I want to allow myself to just enjoy my body. I just had facial feminization. Like it's been, you know, I'm like a microwave tranny, we call it nowadays. Like I went from literally 2020, no surgeries, no hormones, nothing, to 2023 I've done breast expanders, I've done my pump, I've had FFS, I've had my nose done in Turkey, hormones, everything. I literally, if I want something, my ADHD brain is like, you need it now. Like, but now I'm like, I really just want to chill and like focus on work and like buy a house or something instead of like spilling all this money into surgery. It does get a lot, and there is that like expectation to like, oh, like what's the next thing? And you know, especially like all these like tabloids, they always want to interview the girls, like the bimbos. They want to know, they want you to like, they just want you to talk about your surgeries and everything. But really, like, I feel right now like I would never cut my face open again. That was traumatizing.
Why was it traumatizing?
Honestly, the depression, like I was alone in Texas for 2 weeks afterwards. Like
You went to Raphael, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, Danny
Raphael.
did as well. She looks beautiful. He does great work, but like I know for 2 weeks after, you know, he did my jaw, lip lift, and forehead. That's like full face. I already had my nose done, but I was like, wow, did I ruin myself? Like I was.
That's
so
the scary part because you don't even
before.
know what you look like. Either way, that's the scary part. I hate that.
I literally looked. I got more swollen than most girls do when I went to my post-op. I saw all these YouTube videos of these girls at their 2 week going and looking, you know, a little surged up, but cute. I looked like a monster at mine, and I was there, and the nurse was like picking up my things, which hurts, by the way, my staples. And she was like, I was like, yeah, I think I'm a little more swollen. She goes, yeah, you're a little more swollen than most girls are. And I was like, okay. And I was like, it's been a little depressing. She goes, yeah, that's part of it. And I was like, yeah. Anyways, she's fine. I think we're done. And then she's like, all right, we're just gonna have somebody come in and take your picture. And I was like fighting back tears. I was so depressed. I wanted to vlog the whole thing. I literally went there like leggings and a hoodie, hair up in a bun. I was so not feeling myself. Like I wanted to get out. And she's like, and then the girl comes in. She's flash photography, like this close to my face, right? And she looks at the camera. She goes, wow, you can really see that bruising. I was like, yeah. Literally, the nurse comes back. She's like, okay, like here's a list of supplements we recommend you buy up front. I didn't do that. I literally got my Uber. I left. I got back to my hotel. I called my mom, sobbing. I was like, it was so bad. But literally the next day, my swelling went down so much, and I was like, this couldn't have been yesterday, like because I was flying home the next day, and thankfully in the airport I could be seen by people. But surgery's not as easy and glamorous as people make it out to be. It's disgusting. You're in pain. You will look in the mirror and not even recognize yourself. It took me almost 2 months to feel like, okay, this was a good decision, because now I'm so happy, and it's been less than 4 months, and I'm like so happy with the changes. I feel like I still look like myself, but so much more feminine. And definitely surgery's not a game. It's a serious thing you're doing to your body, and that's what needs to be said.
I feel like in that like recovery state, I'd be so like, fuck yeah, I can't wait till all this shit goes down.
That's what it was like so after my nose.
Yeah.
This one was like, I mean, the pills and everything too really take a toll on your mental health. Like if you're taking painkillers all day, there was days when I literally like posted on my like Facebook page, like just like a body pic in like little like leggings, and I was like, I gotta just post this to keep the bricks in line, like while I'm healing from this FFS. But like it was more like I was like trying to do, but like after my nose, I was like little nose tape. It was so cute. After this, I literally looked like a swollen fish. It was so scary.
How long were you swollen for?
I feel like
It was 2 weeks, right?
at least the first month I was like swollen. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to go out. I was shopping a lot because I was like depressed. I spent a lot of money. And I feel like after about 6 weeks, I was like, okay, like I'm still a little swollen, but it's cute now. And even now, I'm still technically not 100% healed. I'd say I'm like 80% of the swelling has gone down, but it's like that residual, like around your incisions and stuff, maybe a little puffy. I'm still completely numb. I don't know about Danny. I can't feel this at all right now. Like I cannot feel my head.
Can you?
No, it's numb.
She was like,
The ghost itch from my brow shave, like I get when I'm filling in my eyebrows, I get this itch and it sends all the way up to here, and it's like I have to like smack my.
You get that
she
too?
Gets it. It's honestly, I had no pain, but it was the depression and the itching. I was itchy all down here too. I've got my feeling back everywhere except the top of my head now. Like I could feel temperature on my forehead now. I couldn't feel my cold hand. It was like so bizarre. I would like go to put on my sunglasses and like not feel that they weren't open. It was like so weird.
That's like interesting. Like your whole face is just
like I said, surgery's no joke, and I feel like nowadays the media loves to
glamorize it.
And like if you want surgery, go and do it. But like nobody needs it, and really think, because you can never get your old nose back ever. You can never get your old forehead back, or your boobs will never be the same. So you have to, everything should be taken so seriously, especially stuff like pump. Like that's why I'm like, I need to take at least a big break. It's been about.
And how was that for you getting pumped? Like
this time wasn't bad.
No, like just the first time, like
I was all alone the first time.
Finding kind of just like I kind of like I can do BBL, but I'm gonna do pump instead. Like knowing like the bad side of pump and the dark side of it. Like
I knew who I wanted to go to from day one, and I said, if I'm getting pump, it's from this person. obviously we've all
that
got
way, like, if
pumped
anything
with-
happens to you, it's gonna happen to me. It's gonna happen to me.
because
It's gonna be like a domino effect. They're all gonna die slowly.
You see the girls that she's done, and years and years later, they still look good. She still looks good after years and years of having it. She's using the best product she can get. You know, obviously, I would never recommend it. I gave the plug to Britt, and even then, like, I hold myself accountable. If anything happened to her, I would literally. It's on my conscience for sure. And this bitch, you know, she loves her pump. Literally, but you know, for me, it was just I couldn't do a BBL. I'm not able to gain that much body fat, and
Also, you told me that there are no pumpers out in Canada, huh?
Which is so crazy,
There's
because you're
no
the only
pumpers
pump
out
doll.
in Canada that I know of. I'm really the only girl in, I'd say, our age group that has it, and I'm so hesitant to share it with anybody else because of, you know, I don't want that on my conscience.
Yeah.
Like, Brittney, I knew this bitch was gonna get it with or without me.
Yeah.
And yeah, like, it's also kind of like that, like, tranny rite of passage to be like at a pumping party with your bestie, like, you know, in the hotel room holding hands. Like, at this last session, I was like in front of her, like, girl, like, you got this. This is the last one. Like, oh my
It's
god,
never Brittany's last session. It's never her
I
last.
told her it should be for at least a year. I'm like, girl, like, you've grown that ass. You went from literally little, like, stick with boobs. Same, I had nothing before. Like, I had a little more juicy thighs than some girls. I think you have, like, some
I have
thigh
bigger
on you
thighs,
too.
yeah.
But you're like, you went from 0 to 100 in a year, just over a year. It's a lot.
She would literally tell me, "No, babe, you need to wait," and I'd be like, "Okay, 2,000."
And she goes, okay, fine.
Fine, I'll be in the morning.
She's told me no before, like, because I was doing, since I live so far and I had to travel all the way down here in LA to get it, she was doing, like, bigger sessions on me than a lot of
Just to
girls
knock it out
will
and,
sit
like, get
through.
it done
Yeah,
with.
so it's worth traveling across literally from northeast to southwest, like, a whole other country. Like, I was getting a lot, and, like, she would tell me, like, babe, it has to be 4 months. I'm not touching you again before 4 months. And I'd be like, oh, like, 3, like, please. But no, I tried to, like, listen to her. And, you know, when she's putting in such a big amount at once, like, you want to, like, let that fully heal, let the scar tissue. That's what Amanda Lepore says.
You both take care of your pumps so much better than I do. I
Yeah,
feel like
you'd
I'm
be
so
getting
reckless.
pumped and then driving.
driving to Vegas for 4 hours. On my
Like this
ass.
bitch. Like,
Yeah.
when Danny's been at every single session with me getting pumped.
Love it.
And my pumper's always like, you're next. Whenever she leaves, she goes, you're next to Danny every time. And it's the funniest thing ever.
Yeah. Like I said, nobody needs it, but I feel like every girl has that image of who they want to be in their head. And for me, I was so inspired by, like, Danny Banks and, like, Amanda Nicole, like, all these girls where it's like they have, like, the big boobs and the big butt, and, like, I just knew it was the way that I was able to get it.
I feel like it's sort of addictive. Like, it's instant results.
Yes, of
Like,
course.
you really, like, you're fine to sit, you know, after just this time we got a very small amount, so we were literally okay to sit right away. Like, we did ask to be here. She said we were fine to film the podcast the next day, but, like, even getting a lot, she would tell me, like, just don't sit on it 3 days. And
For
then
me, it was
after-
always 2 weeks.
She told me I could sit on my ass and lay
For
on my
me,
back.
every time it was always laying something for 2 weeks.
I think she tells someone something different every single time because a lot of people say different things from her.
Yeah, maybe it just
And a lot of people have
depends
different
on-
sessions too. They'll be like, oh, you paid 2,000, you got that. This was my 2,000. And it's like way more. Like,
Yeah.
Should we all say how much we've given her?
I've given her a total of, I think, 7,000.
I've given her 15.
I've given
Thousand?
her
15,000.
15,000.
What the fuck?
But I have
The tax baby. She taxed me. After
Wait,
that.
how did she? She goes, that's sales tax,
taxes
baby.
Brittney because she's
Wait,
getting
how did
punched
she
so
tax you,
frequently.
like-
I think.
So is she like, oh, my price is this for you? I have to raise it. Like, how does she tax you?
I don't think she is. She's not outright open about it, but I think that I know a lot of other girls, especially ones that like, kind of have the same nationality as her, are getting a lot more for the price.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
her daughters, like
I
her
heard that she was like
daughters.
stingy with her products. Like certain girls, she'll put less.
Yeah.
because she knows will come back.
So for me, I'm very much about numbers, and I always tell her, okay, how many CCs are we doing today, and how much is that going to cost me?
Yeah.
And she'll be like, it's this much for this much. So I'm like very like I'm getting what I'm paying for. Like, don't jip me because I want I'm paying for this and I'm willing to sit through it. Like, but also like Brittney's such a tiny girl. Like, there's no way she could get the same amount in one session that I could. I just have more natural thigh than her. Like, and I had a little cute little like twink butt before. She really was like very much skinny femboy energy. So like, I feel like also you were getting it so close together. I feel like the tax comes with that.
Yeah, when I was like, okay, 2,000, she was probably putting in the amount that I originally asked for, and the rest was like, I don't know, enter at your own risk type of payment.
Yeah, because like if you guys pay the same amount, like why do you have more than her? Is what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean? Like there's times where I'm like asking my friends, and I'm like, we pay the same amount, but why is yours bigger than mine?
I think hers looks bigger, like in comparison to
my
her tiny
waist
frame, but like I feel like if I'm like standing behind her, like my butt goes out. Like I think it's just a little more proportionate on me because I'm like a little taller and like I'm not quite as like tiny as Brittney is. But definitely I know for a fact it's all, I got everything I paid for. I like watch her fill the little vials. I'm like 1, 2, 3. Like, I want to know. I'm the same with my boobs. I was like when I did my expanders, like I was pre-hormones when I got my titties done. I started hormones the next week, and so we did expanders for this first pair. So they were put in at 130 cc's, and I was like so about the numbers, like how much are we adding this week? And like I would go in every couple of weeks, and he would like put in between 100 and 50 and 100 cc's. And
because your tit, you can literally make them, you can grow them right now.
I still have my valves.
That's so crazy.
I wouldn't, because they were actually
you should do that, Danny.
So here's the thing. I wanted big boobs from the get-go. Like I always wanted the like bimbo look. And I wanted to fill them bigger than this, but because it's all once and you're not here, I can hold it. You're not like, like redoing the pocket every time. Like there's only so big you can go from there, because they were actually 30 cc's bigger than this on each side. And I got him to take some out because I was like, oh my God, like the shape isn't right anymore. Like they were too like bulbous kind of, like it didn't have that like, and so I got him to take a little out, and it helped a lot. But I want to replace them and do like a more like moderate profile implant, a little bigger than this, so I get a little more of the shape I want. They're very much like round. I love them. Like I get a lot of my fans love my boobs. They're like, but I definitely know that my expanders aren't in forever. I still have my valve in too, which can be annoying, and like you can see it sometimes, but it helped me get to where I am today. And I feel like for my boobs, like I'm happy with them, but I know that I will replace them eventually.
So tell everyone what like the valves are.
So it's like underneath my skin, and it's a little, you can only really see it if I point it out, or like if you're like zooming in. It's like a little like tube that's underneath the skin, and it just looks like a little bump. And basically he would put in the needle and then hook it up to the syringe of medical grade saline. It was a real doctor who did this. This is a thing.
Not like a black market.
No,
like,
this is a surgery that was invented for women with breast cancer. Obviously the kind of bimbo community has adopted them as well, and now you get girls with 5,000 cc expanders. But mine were very. Oh, he found my Q-tip. Mine were put in at 130 cc's, and then he filled them up to 780, took them down to 750.
So basically you can just grow your tits whenever you want.
Yeah, like I still could technically. These ones I probably safely could have done up to 1,000, but they wouldn't have looked.
A small bag size.
The bag is small. The bag size is 430 cc's.
That's the limit it can go.
So they're 750. You can technically safely double it. So I could go up to 860, I guess, but they would be harder than they are, and like they're already like more firm than some girls. Like it feels kind of like water balloons, but they at first they were like hard. That's why I got them to take them out. Like they were like the shape wasn't right anymore, and I was like immediately I went back like 2 days later. I was like, you got to drain these a little bit, but they can take it out just as easily as putting it in. So it's kind of cool and like a real life blow up doll, and it helped me get to the size I wanted right away. But I'm definitely gonna go back in and do a second surgery to kind of like have everything just be a little more relaxed and like correct my nipple placement a little bit. And
I feel like a lot of the T girls need like a second boob job to really perfect it.
Every girl gets to.
My first boob job was awful, but
Yours is like mine. Now look at your second one. It's huge.
Girl, you got the doctor number.
Yeah.
It's a saline, right?
Yeah, saline.
Yeah.
It's saline as well. Yeah.
Well, obviously. It's
Yeah,
gonna be blown
obviously,
up,
yeah.
yeah. Did you think it was different because you had like because you like got them like boy?
I got them from Boy Chest. Like,
yeah, like was it different?
Yeah, it honestly, what was good about it though, since they were so small, the surgery itself, I was like up and running in 2-3 days after, like, because they were put in at such a small size, I didn't have as much healing. And the filling is painless as well.
Yeah.
It literally was so easy to go and like get them done. The only thing was like I was stretching my skin so fast. Like,
yeah, that's what I imagined. Like, that's
yeah,
what, with
they were
pump
like,
too.
I would have to put makeup on my boobs. I used to do.
Did you get stretch marks?
No, I didn't get any stretch marks. He filled them slowly, but like they would just be so pink. Like they were very like pink at one point,
like red, like
and then the skin kind. I did hormones as I was filling them, so like they kind of got that hormone.
Yes,
gushy,
it's
ushy
even
around
growing
them.
now.
Yeah, they've gotten bigger since I finished filling them. Like, but like that kind of like fat up here to kind of give them more like of that like a little bit more teardroppy. But I definitely want to replace them and do like I'm at 750. I've thought about doing like either Brittney size 1,000 and that would
then
have
do
to be
Brittney size.
saline.
You know, Brittney wants to go bigger, right?
I know. I like.
Can you believe that?
I like the
She wants to
bimbo
go
look,
bigger.
but I think Brittney likes a little more extreme than me. Like this would be the biggest I would ever go. I've also thought about doing 800 silicone and a little bit of a wider implant and kind of give that more like mommy milkers like
Mommy
vibe.
milkers?
Yeah.
Go Brittney. Yeah.
I would love 1,000 cc's. That's always kind of been my goal. Right now I have a padded bra on, so they look almost as big as Brittany's, but I would want like that would be the biggest I would go, I think. And I'm a little taller than her, so it would I think even on me look a little more like natch than it does. It would still look, I like big fake titties, but I used to think I wanted like 1,500, but I think
1,500 is too
that was
huge.
as a boy. Like I think you want to do the most, and now I think like 1,000 would be the most I would want. Like even 800 I would probably be happy with.
Are you like ever worried about looking like too top heavy?
Yeah, I like having my butt bigger than my boobs, and I think I finally achieved that. So
So if you go bigger, you gotta get more ass.
I know, that's the thing. I think I could go a little bigger and it would still be kind of bigger down there, but I think I kind of like the look of like the thighs and butt and everything, and then still big boobs. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to a doctor about it and figure out everything that's gonna be right for me. I like doing things as carefully as possible.
What about you?
Me going bigger. I think about it a lot, but honestly, well, I'm really happy with them right now. Eventually, we're all gonna need another surgery. They don't last forever, you guys. But I've talked to producers about it, and they're like, "No, you shouldn't." So that makes me think it might affect my work. So
Yeah,
maybe
if you're too extreme, you won't be able to fit as many roles.
yeah.
But I thought in porn they like that, like
I think they
that
do.
over the top look. No.
I think it
to
a
an
degree.
extent, I think, because a lot of the producers tell me, "Oh, it's perfect right now. Don't go any bigger." So that's the fear for me. But when I do end up having these replaced, I'll probably end up getting a internal bra and maybe 1,200.
Just an extra 200 cc's more.
Just a little. I feel like there's definitely no rush to do your boobs. Same with me. I'm in no rush for it. Like I
Same.
said,
I'm like, I'm gonna done in 10 years.
I
I'll
want to
just get it done
break.
then. I'll fix it then.
Maybe like I don't know. I'm gonna wait a little bit because I'm happy for now, and there's no perfect boobs ever. No cis woman, no trans woman is ever gonna have perfect boobs. There's always gonna be something that you'll want to fix, but that's kind of that little bug in your little surgery bug, like the pump bug. It's like, oh, you could do one more, like you could do this, but you kind of sometimes have to be like, shut the fuck up. Like I just want to be happy and just chill for a little bit and not be constantly healing from something for one.
That's the part that I don't like, is like just the healing part.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
So since
Wow, roles reversed.
Right?
Okay, ask away, baby.
Drinking some of your water. I'm so thirsty today.
we both
Have mine too.
have liquid FFS, would you ever? Because I know I'm really happy with mine right now. I don't feel like the instant urge to be
What
like
is liquid FFS for people that don't know?
basically feminine facial surgery, but it's all injectables. I know, I'm sure the viewers have seen your video on it, but since doing that, I don't feel the need to really have that surgery like instant. Oh, let me go there right now and book it. Do you feel that at all, or are you really happy with how you look? Because we both are very fishy, I feel. And we get away with
Thank you.
it naturally with the injections, of course.
I never really had an issue with my face ever. I'm conceited and cocky as fuck. They know that. Josh knows that the most. But I don't feel the need to ever like break my face because like I don't see anything wrong with my face that I feel like I need to go fix. Like I genuinely look in the mirror and I'm like, holy fuck, I'm like perfect, you know? Yeah. And it's like it really is like that. Like I'm like
my. I feel now.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I think you guys transitioned younger than me as well, so I kind of had a couple more of those male puberty years than you would have, and you know my bone structure got a little harsher, and I'm like, you guys are also Asian. Well, Brittney's like got a little Filipino in her, yeah. So I feel like the Asian girls are always a little luckier, like in that aspect.
No, I was telling him, I was like, saying how like Asians in general, they're so feminine. Even the guys are so feminine.
You guys don't have as much of a brow bone, but
they even get body hair, facial hair.
I always, I always knew like I wanted to do the like surgeries and shave my shit down a little bit, but I never wanted to look like a whole other person. I always thought I was like attractive, but now I feel like, oh my god, like I'm so happy I did this. Like there's nothing that I really feel like changing anymore, and that's pretty cool. It's a good feeling for sure as a trans woman to feel like content in your face.
For me, it's mostly like I'm waiting until maybe in my 30s, you know, when it's facelift time.
I wouldn't say that's your 30s, bitch. I feel like I'm like
really?
way later than that.
Okay, 35.
No. Talk about face, that's like way older.
When that day comes, I feel like that'll be the day.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're cutting me open anyways. Might as well, you know, do some
shit.
bone shaving while you're in there. But
yeah, I for me, I'm just like I love the way that I look so much, and like my fears
you're
kind of
gorgeous
like,
naturally.
Thank you. And for me, it's kind of like I need to be there to monitor them and make sure they're doing everything right. Yeah. Like when I go get my face injected, they don't like me because like I'm always like telling them how to do their job. Because I'm kind of like,
no, babe, right here.
No, I tell them like put it right here, put it right here, put it right here. And I like to see I know how like it's like adjusting to my face as far as I'm just like letting someone cut me up. It's kind of like I don't know what I'm gonna look like after, and then I'm swollen.
The downtime.
I'm gonna be tripped out the entire time. Like, did I really fuck myself up? I was gorgeous.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like before, like, you know, I still had a porn career. I still like, I felt pretty, especially after my nose. Like, I had people be like, "You're sure you want to do more?" But you know, I always felt like I needed to have bangs or something, you know. And I'm happy I trusted my gut, but that feeling of like, oh my god, did I ruin myself? Like, I thought I was, because when I was swollen, I had that like. It looked like too like facelifty, too like weird, and I was like, "Fuck!" Like, did I really just like?
And that's the thing that myself? I don't want to really deal with.
Thankfully, it goes down, and then you know, now I feel like I look like just a tinier, more softer, feminine version of my face, and
you do, yeah.
Thank you, and I'm so happy with it, and definitely though, like I said, it's no fucking joke. Even filler's no joke. You can get filler by the wrong person in the wrong place and get necrosis in your nose or something, right? You have to take every single decision about your look so seriously.
And that's how I have my face, because like I'm so nitpicky about my face. It's kind of like
nothing needs to be done.
I have to be awake to make sure like I didn't get my face fucked up.
There's not like one specific thing on your face that would like clock the spook. You know what I mean? Like you're
clock like, the spook. I love
that.
Yeah, like thank you.
I feel the same with Britt. Like she doesn't need you guys don't really have a brow bone or like a big jaw or anything like that. Like I feel like my chin, I didn't realize before that I had a chin on me, and now it's all gone, and I'm like, wow, it's so different.
No, get a chin.
The club, baby.
Yeah.
No, get a chin. Like Danny and I got a chin, and it changed our fucking lives. Like my chin saves my ass.
I know you got me hooked on the chin filler.
You got chin, right?
Yeah,
yeah. Like the chin really just saved my ass. Yeah, it's crazy. I look more structured because of the chin. Yeah.
And now I did the opposite. I got mine shaved. It came out further this way and further down this way, and it was more of like a, you know, a little more slightly more square than it is now. And now it's all of a sudden I have this tiny little like fairy like chin, and I'm like, wow, like I didn't know all that was on there. How heavy was the fucking bone they fucking cut off?
No, but I think it's cute when like people get like FFS.
Yeah.
And then they get filler after.
I know.
And that really turns them out.
Well, at first I was like, do I need chin filler? Like, it's all gone. But I think now I'm just happy, and I don't feel like I need to do it. I'm like,
that's good. I'm happy.
Good. Maybe, I don't know, maybe one day it's fun to try new things. And filler can always be dissolved.
It goes away. It goes away.
Yeah. I think for now I'm like scared to add anything else. I think a little cheek filler to freshen things up I've already had, but as far as adding, I think I'm good for a long time.
Yeah, we got your whole face cut up. Like, you don't need to do all that.
Traumatizing.
Yeah.
It was the only surgery that afterwards I was like, wow, like.
You regret it a little bit?
At first, it wasn't regret. It was more fear that I would, like, after the swelling went down. But now, no regrets in the world. I feel like I picked the right doctor. I didn't, like, cheap out and go to the person that I didn't really want to go to. That's the other thing. Don't just get the cheapest possible thing. Like,
if it's your fucking face, if it's your
not always the
face,
cheap way either. Like, bitches with BBLs, they pay a lot less than we have. 7K, 15K. Like, that's
and the results still aren't as good.
No. Definitely, like, it's
because there's only a certain amount
thing.
they can pull out. Like, I think it's like 5 pounds.
And your body eats away at the fat.
Oh, of course.
It's
So
not permanent.
when you lose weight, your BBL goes away.
With BBL, you need to be doing squats daily. You need to be eating good.
You turn that fat into muscle.
Yeah, you have to really, like, work at it. With whereas with pump, like,
It just fucking sits there.
sit there, bitch.
And just, like, poisons our
I
body.
just went to the gym, baby.
Right.
What do you mean?
Just poisons our body. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, before we head out, is there anything you guys want to add? Your plug or anything? Any plugs for anything?
You
Any
guys-
upcoming fun projects?
Well, we just did a really fun tatted up shoot.
Yes.
As well as some Peach and Daisy cosplay, as we talked about. And you can find that and more at BrittneyKade.com.
Or my OnlyFans, which is TS Angellica, same as my Instagram. Other than that, we maybe have some music coming out.
Oh, yeah.
So stay tuned.
You too?
Yeah, we've been writing.
I feel like every fucking tranny even
I
does
know.
music.
I feel
what
like
the fuck?
my favorite type of people is like trannies who do like OnlyFans to fund the pop star lifestyle. Like even if nobody listens to it, it's just fun to make. I think like I love being creative, and yeah, that's coming out. But other than that, just OnlyFans, lots of fun stuff, and yeah, keep up with it.
I can't wait. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you
today.
for having us.
I know you flew from Canada. You came from LA. Like, you're always coming back for more, Brittney.
Always. Whenever you want me, I'm here, baby.
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. And until my next episode, bye, guys.
Thank you.